Now this book that I've got here is called 60 Funny Stories, and the photographs on the cover are of various people that I've had contact with. That's Barbara Cartland, my mother, the Crays, Marjorie Poops, Dick Crossman, Ian Hislop, Elizabeth Taylor, Arthur Scargill, Robert Maxwell, and Herbert Long. This is what it says on the back of the book. I have to use the magnifying glass, I wouldn't be seeing daily glasses. From the author of Captain Bob and Me, and Robert Maxwell as I knew him, and McArandy was hanged on the Gibbet High, comes an entirely new collection of autobiographical stories, anecdotes, and hilarious recollections from a highly eventful life. Eleanor Berry recalls her childhood, her association with the rich and famous, including the late Robert Maxwell, and how her impish, rebellious character has always got her into trouble. We learn of her family, her travels abroad, how she taught herself Russian, her sympathies for the communist cause soon dashed, her experiences with doctors and therapists, and even her courtroom ordeal as a chief prosecution witness in 1994. At turns laugh out loud funny, reflective, incisive, and outrageous. This collection will delight all readers with a good understanding of the sadness and joy of life. This book is a laugh a line. Elisa Seagrave, diarist and writer. Now I'm going to see if I can find any stories. This particular story that I've got here is about Marjorie Poops, who used to work on the Daily Mirror. After Maxwell's death, there was a lot of speculation about women going to bed with him. Sometimes I saw it in the newspapers, sometimes on the television. This caused me agonizing jealousy, sometimes logical, sometimes illogical. I also read that Bob frequently addressed Mrs. Marjorie Poops, the Daily Mirror's agony aunt, as my darling little daughter. I couldn't really imagine Bob taking this strange-looking woman to his bed, but my obsession was such that I was prepared to believe anything. A demon got into me and made me ring Mrs. Poops at the Mirror. It was not difficult to find her. Her voice was quite plummy. Her brogue could have been one of many London accents. Her telephone manner was fairly unfriendly. I came straight to the point. I said, "Mrs. Poops, I must know, when Robert Maxwell kissed you, was it on the cheek or was it on the mouth?" And she said, "Who in the world are you?" I gave a false name. I said, "I'm not being rude, but I am possessed. I must know." "You are being rude, bloody rude. What do you want?" "Robert Maxwell was a very affectionate man," she said. "My obsession was making me suffer unendurably." "When you say he was an affectionate man, does that mean he used to beckon you into a dark corner and try to put his hand between your legs?" I asked. The agony aunt blew a gasket. "Your behaviour is absolutely outrageous," she bellowed. She hung up. End of story. Do enjoy your read.